We are live.
Yay! And I look like morning Alan. All right.
Yeah, my hair is a little. Eh.
Very 80s, very 80s.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. Ready to start?
Yep. Let's start.
All right, bringing in my notes. All right. That's what the hell happened to my notes? Oh. Welcome to episode 93. This episode 2, we talk about even if it gets what?
Redo.
Yeah, redo it. Damn it. I've broken my streak and now I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome to episode 93. This episode 2, we talk about even if we can't get them, we'll avenge them. Zone of Twilight, and it's beginning to look a lot like summer. I'm Al Flores.
And I'm Anton Duan.
Anton, how was your week?
Not bad, not bad. I mean, have a little bit of allergies today. You can probably hear it from the audio. But yeah. I mean, I guess you probably did a lot of stuff too. I did a couple things.
You gonna get any anxiety this week? Somewhere on like Tuesday, Wednesday? I forgot what day it was.
I think it was on a Thursday. Yeah, it was on a Thursday.
No, it was before that because I was in the
Really?
office. I work from, no, it had to be. So it probably was Wednesday then.
Yeah, probably
Uh,
Wednesday. Because I remember waking up in the morning at 8 o'clock, and I knew that the tickets were going to be
no,
on sale for something.
no, it was Tuesday because I have my 7 a.m. meeting
Hmm.
and I'm at the office by like 6 a.m. So I just happened to be by 4:30
Hmm.
and I'm like on Twitter and I'm like, why is Avengers trending? I'm like, oh, tickets are on sale.
Yeah. I noticed that it was the night before that they kind of announced that it was going to be that day. Um,
Mhm.
and I woke up early. I mean, I woke up at 8 o'clock, which is about like 5 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
And it was already on sale. But I mean,
Hmm.
the whole entire server was down. You couldn't get tickets for Avengers.
Yeah, it was down for a solid 5 to 6 hours. The AMC server, specifically.
Yeah.
I think I started getting nervous around 8 in the morning
Uh huh.
because I checked Century theaters to see like, well, I want to see what availability they have because I'm really trying to get AMC because of A-list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, Century was completely sold out. There's like maybe 4 seats per showing in the very front row. I'm
Oh,
like,
that sucks.
oh crap! Like, please tell me everybody can't get AMC. It's not just like first come first serve for the server or whatever.
Yeah, I guess what happened for a lot of people is when they got onto the AMC app for the first like probably 10 minutes, they were able to get through because when I was able to get through just to see what seats are available, I mean, you still can't buy it. I mean, the server's still down. You're able to see what
Oh,
seats are available, but you just can't make the purchase.
I did it too. There was probably like 5 seats taken when I got it into got in that far.
Yeah, for Dolby Cinema, there
Mhm.
weren't any seats left. But for the IMAX, it was half full. So I was
Okay.
like, oh, there's still hope, you know?
Yeah. Luckily for me, I got through. I was following AMC Help on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and they pointed out going like, "Well, check out one of our partner. If you can't go through the A list through the AMC app, keep trying through our partners app."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh,
Adam.
Fandango and Adam tickets.
Yeah.
So I tried that, and Fandango put me on an hour wait time. I think I sent you texted the group chat the image
Mm-hmm.
of it. Which shortly after that, it went from 59 minutes to over an hour.
Yeah, I think they paused the whole entire line queue because
Yeah,
yeah, when I try to do that, it just says pause.
yeah. So then I went
Mm-hmm.
through Adam tickets, and it was quick. I mean, there was a little bit of like lag time because I was trying to confirm,
Yeah.
but for the most part, it was quick. And I got in. I'm like, it shows all seats available. I'm like, oh, what if it's not synced up with the server? Maybe
Uh-huh.
that's why it's showing all these seats available.
Yeah.
So I picked my seats. I paid for it, and it says, "You're going to Avengers. Please wait for email confirmation." I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to get excited. Like, I'm excited because I have tickets. I haven't something that says I have tickets allegedly,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want to wait. And then like within 2 hours, I got an email confirmation like, you're going to see Avengers. I'm like, yes, I got it.
Yeah, so I noticed that there is also a fan event. So that one is like 2 hours earlier than the original, or I think an hour early. You get to see it at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. So
Yeah,
for that one, you get like a coin or
coin.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the fan events that early in the day because I'm like,
Yeah.
people work. I'm not gonna take a half day just to show up an hour earlier
Well,
than I could.
that shows you how hardcore of a fan you are.
I'm an adult, sir. We talked about this last episode. We're adults. We
Yeah.
have responsibilities with monetary uh responsibilities.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
Priorities, sir.
so
That's right.
I was able to get it. You were able to get it, so we're gonna see
So we got
Avengers. Yeah, I mean, I would look forward to like screenings, but they don't do any screenings for
Oh no.
Avengers. Yeah,
Oh,
because
it was like, oh, we want to see what the normal people are going to think of Avengers. Ooh, will we
yeah,
ever get enough to fill a one amphitheater?
yeah. So, uh, did they beat the record just for pre-sales?
They beat it in 6 hours,
Wow, that's crazy.
and that's counting one of the major theater chains crashing.
Yeah,
It's yeah, no, the Russo brothers, they tweeted that later on the day, and yeah, everybody's responding. Oh, it was a first of all, everybody's saying it's a conspiracy. They made the servers crash to hit the sale. I'm like, no, idiot. Them crashing the servers probably delayed their sellout by 3 hours
yeah.
because the Century Theater sold out by 8 o'clock. If AMC was up and running, it probably would have filled up just as fast.
Yeah. You know what? I really like how Fandango handled it by doing the line
The line
queue.
queue.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
noticed that a lot of ticketing websites now, especially for like concerts and everything, they've been doing that because they know that uh, they will overflow the database servers.
Well, not
And
just that, but their servers are more robust because they're handling multiple theater chains, not just one theater chain.
yeah, but because they're limiting people to putting data into the data centers, they're able to, manage that. Because I mean, if you
Hmm.
cram everybody in and everybody's trying to, uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they were smart enough to put velvet ropes outside of the ticket box and say, "Please wait in line."
yeah, yeah. So that
Virtual,
way, no one's going
virtual,
in at the same time.
yeah, virtual ticket booth.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, no, and I I never. This is great advertisement for Fandango and Adam Tickets because I never knew you could link up your loyalty memberships,
I knew that you can link up your loyalty memberships,
but you
but
didn't
I
need to
didn't.
use it.
Yeah, I didn't know that they would credit you for A list.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's attracted one ticket price for the A-list thing. I know. I was thinking this thing like maybe because at that time like screw it. If they're pretty much saying that they'll give me points for it, that's fine. And then I
yeah.
went through the paying thing. It's like, oh, A-list subtracting one ticket. I'm like, ooh, it worked.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool too because Fandango also gives you points for their stuff, and also Stubs give you points for whatever tickets that you're getting too.
Also one thing too. Adam Tickets was also giving a poster for
Hmm.
ticket sales. A free poster. All
But
I
you
had
have
to
to
do
pay.
was pay $9 for shipping.
Yeah, they do that for Fandango too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just tell my friend, I'm like, look, I got a free poster. All I had to pay was $9 for shipping, but it's a free poster.
that's how I got the last Jedi posters. Like they had
Uh,
the IMAX ones,
hmm.
and I had to pay. I think it was like $12 for all four of them. So it was
Oh
kind of cool.
God.
I did that one.
Well,
Yeah,
I forget all four for. It's not bad. It's
yeah.
better deal. That's a better deal than what I got.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So that's why I did it.
All right, so we're set for 2 weeks from now.
Hmm. Other than Avengers, I mean, this past week, I mean, we have a Oriental market that just opened here. I mean, it's kind of rare. I mean, in California, there's so many of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here they opened up a kind of, I would say it's more of a Korean supermarket. It's kind
Hmm.
of like an H Mart.
Okay.
You've been to H Mart, right?
I've driven past it several times.
Yeah, you should go in there. It is godly. Like, I mean, the stuff that they have in there, stuff that you would want to eat all the time. Healthy wise, they have a lot of really good fresh vegetables, and they have a food court with a lot of really delicious Asian food. And they do Korean barbecue and stuff too. So, anyways, this one is called Lotte Market, and for the longest time, I've always wanted to go to a store just get like Korean barbecue that is already marinated. And we have a lot of those in California, but here in Florida, it's very rare to find something like that. So, yeah, you can go there, you buy, Korean short ribs, bring it home, cook it, and all that stuff. But all that aside, great market. The thing that I was really surprised that I've been wanting to find for a very long time is I'm a big fan of ramen, and you know that.
Yes.
And when I was doing research back in the day, probably about 10 years ago, I wanted to see how I can cook ramen at home. But one of the big essential things that you need is the noodles. And I looked it up. The only place that you can get really good noodles, like restaurant quality, would be Sun Noodle, which is a company in New Jersey. And I think they have a couple of other branches where they do wholesale and stuff like that. But the interesting thing I found is most of the restaurants get their noodles from this company. They would inquire like, hey, I want these specific noodles. I want it to be stringy. I want it to be chewy. And then they would make the noodle to however they preference it. Yeah, some places be like, oh, I want the noodles to be harder. I want it to be wheat flour instead of regular flour. And they would cater to that. So for the longest time, if you wanted Sun Noodle for home use, you would have to find a place that really sells it in a Oriental market. But in Florida, you can't find those places.
So these noodles, are they just not fully dry, or
they're fresh.
Okay, so it's
Yeah,
like
they
still
feel
like
fresh.
it's noodly but uncooked noodly.
Yeah. So I was walking through the frozen section at the Lotte Market, and I was looking at some of the meatballs and stuff that they had frozen, and I looked at my right, I saw tonkatsu noodles.
You're like, oh, that looks legit.
I'm like, whoa, okay. So I opened up the door, and then I see the little logo at the corner. I was like, no way. It says Sun on it. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be like a big treat for me. So I bought a couple. I brought it home. You have to thaw the noodles because I mean they're fresh noodles. So about half an hour later, I cooked the noodles. It comes with a tare packet, which is tare is like condensed, like when you cook soup or something, and you just let it boil, and all that evaporation makes the soup even more thicker and more rich because it's more condensed. So tare is basically condensed broth.
Okay.
So they condense it to a point where when you taste it, it's just
reduction
flavor, and it's so thick. So that, they had a packet of tare in there, and I mixed it with hot water, and dude, the soup was superb. So I cooked the noodles about 2.5 minutes, and then I drained the water, put it in. Oh my god! When I tasted it, it tasted like restaurant quality.
So you nailed it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is just missing like the toppings, like the soft-boiled egg, the chives, and all that stuff, the chashu. So yeah, dude, I've been waiting for a Sun Noodle to be available in this area, and I tried to look online to see if you can just buy it online, but because of the fresh noodles, they can't sell it like that.
They probably have a very short shelf life.
Yeah, man, if you ever have a chance, go to your market, get Sun Noodle. It is superb. It totally changes the way that you eat instant noodles at home. So,
how much were they?
They're only like $3-4, which is really cheap.
For how much though?
You get 2 little packets, so you can make one for you and your girlfriend.
Okay, so it's like a one meal.
Yeah.
All right, Ton. So other than that, this week or last weekend, I went to WonderCon, which some people might have caught at the end of the episode last week. That last one,
Mm-hmm.
92.
Yeah.
I blinked out for a second. Um, it was a lot of fun. I managed to get two interviews. One with Terry Lubroff. She's the CEO of Legion M. That interview should have dropped before this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So check out for that, the 2OC special. Also, I got an interview with Till Bilyeu. He's the founder of a company called Impact Theory.
Mm-hmm.
He does a podcast called Impact Theory. Impact Theory also is doing comic books, and he has a wide vision of what he wants to do with the company. I talked to him about his latest comic book, Neon Future, which is co-written with Steve Aoki.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so that interview should be coming out after this episode. So
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Steve Aoki too, and it's kind of cool that you're doing a graphic novel or a comic book based on his stuff.
yeah, no, and it's dude, I had a really fun conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
We were geeking out about just future tech
Mm-hmm.
stuff that that I'll bring up every now and then on the show, like the I don't know, that robot by Boston Dynamics that looks like a dog, and it got like PETA upset because when they kicked it to try to test his balance, it looked too much like somebody kicking a dog.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Robot cruelty.
Yeah, I mean the future of like humans. We can get prosthetics, but what if you could put like computers in those prosthetics? And what if people started wearing prosthetics not just because they needed it, but because they wanted an upgrade?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun, dude.
That kind of reminds me of something. You heard
Alita?
about that? No. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Kind of like Alita, dude.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077. Have you heard of that game?
I've heard of it. I can't picture it in my mind right now.
Okay, it's supposedly supposed to come out this year, and it's basically a role-playing game, first person, and you basically go around the city doing jobs. And once you get jobs, you earn money, and you go to these like illegal shops where you can get new upgraded stuff for your arm, for your leg, or whatever. And it's really cool because every time you go to these shops, you can find some ridiculous upgrades where you can get like a upgraded sight for your eye, so you get like an extra zoom, and
so you just keep upgrading yourself.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I can't wait until that game comes out because it kind of reminds me of like Borderlands. Oh, speaking of that, Borderlands 3 is coming out.
Oh, I didn't know it was that. When?
I think it's coming out in October, but they have a trailer already, and it went viral.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that soon.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's funny. It's funny. Like they do the whole entire trailer, and then at the very end, it's like, yes, we got guns. Lots of guns, and guns with legs. And you see a gun.
Oh, I did see the trailer.
Yeah.
It's a little robot. It's a little what is his name? Yeah, it's a little robot doing the narrative, right?
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah. So one other thing, Antoine, I got to do. Let's say one other thing. We got to check out the panel for Cobra Kai.
Yeah, how did that go?
It was a lot of fun, dude. The crew is very like humble. They're very funny. They know that they're bringing back a part of our childhood, and also introducing a new generation to the Karate Kid world. We got a little clip. It wasn't anything significant. But yeah, dude. My brother, he was like the whole time. He's like, "This is amazing."
Yeah.
But on top of that, Josias from the Comic Syndicate and my brother Arhel from Deep Dives and Rabbit Holes, they got to sit down with the cast and do a roundtable with them. They actually, I think Josias already released the episode 252 of the Comic Syndicate, so you can hear the full interviews. I got a selfie with the with Hawk and the I don't know how to say his real name. Zolo.
Yeah, Zolo.
Big kid. Yeah.
Hmm. Dude, he doesn't even look like the main guy from.
Because he doesn't dress like him either. He's wearing like kind of like military like jacket and like baggy shirt. He's wearing I don't know.
Yeah,
And
he
then,
looks like someone from your high school that is playing like in Magic in the corner with all the other nerdy guys.
I almost forgot Anton.
Oh yeah, no, that's so cool, dude. You got one of those?
Yeah, they had it at the panel.
Oh,
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai for life, huh?
Yeah, and I just looks like I'm a pro. That's cool.
Yeah,
That
that's
worked.
really cool. So is that actually does it open up to a handkerchief or is
No,
it
it's a
just
full bandana. Just
okay?
yeah, that's all
That's
it
really
is
cool.
with the Cobra Kai logo.
Hmm.
There it goes. I couldn't center it. I was using the camera and I turned left, and the camera looks left, but it actually went right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. One last thing I just want to mention. I usually I make a lot of purchases
Hmm.
at actually, I made one more. At WonderCon or Comic Con, whatever. This time it was kind of hard for me to like it's cool. Like I was seem like that's cool, but do I really want it?
Hmm.
And I yeah, it I couldn't resist. I walked by one of the artists in Artist Alley, and I picked out the picture I sent to you on the Discord chat.
Hmm.
I got five prints of this artist named oops, forgot her. Jenny Parks.
Hmm.
She does cat interpretations of movie posters or just poses. So I got Captain America,
Uh-huh.
Captain Marvel,
Uh-huh.
uh, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon because it looks exactly like my cat with wings,
Yeah.
and the Stranger Things cover.
Yeah, I see that. 11.
uh,
Yeah, so these are posters you're saying?
yeah, yeah.
How big are these prints?
I'm sorry, the prints. Those are small ones. They're like the kind of like the postcard size ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so I could have them, not necessarily like
Mhm.
have a full display of them.
Yeah. So how's your cats taking it?
It's funny. So I got another one. It's a Princess Leia cat,
Hmm.
but it's like the three color one, like the white, orange, and black patchy cats, whatever.
Yeah.
I got that one because that's my girlfriend's cat, and she put it on her mirror, and her cat could not stop staring at it. It's really funny. I'm like, holy crap! I wonder if she actually does like recognize that as a cat.
Uh-huh. That's funny.
Yeah. So okay. And I also sent this. Save image, and I'll send it to you right now. I got my girlfriend a sweater.
All right, so while you're talking about that, or looking for that, Legion M, I heard about that a while ago, from Kevin Smith, but I didn't really look into it until, you started doing the interview. I was like, oh yeah, that's what Legion M was. For a while, I was
Mhm.
like, how's that sound so familiar?
So I've heard Legion M reference a lot into like different projects, both comic books,
Hmm.
VR. The VR system my brother tried out last at LA Comic Con. Um, but I looked into it, but like I never really got a good answer about what they are. All
Hmm.
they say is that they're
It's like a crowdfunding thing, but
yeah,
like
like they're
more investing.
yeah, they're crowdfunded, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, so in my mind I'm like, so are they like, is it kind of like Kickstarter kind of thing? Like, are they even so? And I went to the website and I really didn't understand it. It's a lot of like breaking the mold in how we make movies and blah blah blah. Brand new idea, never done before. I'm like, cool. All buzzwords doesn't really explain to me what it is. So I talking to Terry, I really got a good understanding of what it is, what they do.
Hmm.
Um, definitely not what I was expecting.
Yeah,
So
because you,
hopefully,
you you could basically own part of the process of making a film,
yeah.
comic book, or any type of media that people are interested in.
Well, initially, I thought you were investing in a specific project. I thought you were investing. So Kevin Smith, he's doing his reboot with them for Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Hmm.
Um, He's in with them, and I thought maybe, oh, so if you're an investor, you can just invest in that movie. No, you're investing in the company that's working with him on the reboot.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool that they listen to the people that are investing into these this company because it's what people want to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And I like that how they get feedback from all these people.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, highly recommended to check out that interview that we have.
Yeah, it should be interview with Terry Lubroff, episode before episode 93. Well, actually, before episode 92, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get the picture, Anton?
Yes, I did.
All right. So I got my girlfriend the Captain America cropped sweater.
Oh, I did not see that. But okay. Yeah.
Oh
Cool.
no, I put that in the Discord chat. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's funny because that company, Hero Within, they make quality like comic book reference gear. So it's not necessarily a Captain America jacket or a Thor jacket. It's a like so. Josias was looking at one that was like Avengers pattern. That's cool. I saw another one that was leather jacket with like metallic-y looking sleeve with like pattern. Nothing on it that says Thor or anything like that, but it looks like Thor. It's like hero inspired.
That's so cool.
So
it's kind of like a Loungefly when they do like those bags. They have like R2D2. They have 3CPO, and they have like some really interesting different designs too. That when you look at it, it's a stormtrooper or something.
Yeah. They also had other ones, kind of like they had kind of like military jackets, kind of like the one that Zolo from Cobra Kai is wearing. But they have two. They have like a bluish one that's like Captain America, and you can have like S. Rogers as a label, whatever.
Yeah.
Or they have another one that's more like Air Force style. That's for like you can have C. Danvers.
Yeah.
Named or whatever. So they're really good designs. However, the downside is because they are like legit like outerwear, you're paying legit prices. So the jacket that my brother wanted, the military one, that one was like I believe $120.
Whoa.
Yeah. And the one Josiah's one I think was like $100.
Yeah. So take a look at these. I mean, these are what Loungefly does, and I think it's really cool what they do.
Oh yeah. The bags, yeah. No, I've seen those before.
Yeah. They have a Wolverine one. They have
they do a lot
Black
of Disney
Panther.
stuff, right?
Yeah, they do a lot of Disney stuff. They have a Cyclops one. That's kind of cool. Dark Phoenix duffel. That's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was WonderCon.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited that you were able to get all that stuff done. We're gonna be doing Comic-Con this year. We're gonna do Friday and Saturday, right? Friday and Saturday.
We got 3 days. I thought we got 3 days, right?
Can't remember. I need to look it up.
Either way, we're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So look forward to that too.
Yep. All right, Anton. Ready to start the show?
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's get into news.
News time.
All right, so first story, Cowboy Bebop. We talked about this a few episodes ago that they're doing a reboot, live action.
Yes.
We just got word that they have casted the crew of Cowboy Bebop. John Cho, which you might remember from Star Trek, Harold and Kumar, and the movie that just came out last summer, Searching.
Searching, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Alex Hassel. I'm not really familiar with the works. Two Down, Suburbicon, Gold Mountain, and Anonymous. They also have Daniela Pinata. Whoops. And I just clicked on the wrong thing.
Is Pinata a last name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it could be Pinita. Depends on if they put the little squiggly thing on top of the end or not.
Yeah.
So that's from Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. She played Zia Rodriguez, the sassy assistant, political stuff, what it was.
Hmm.
Uh, the Vampire Diaries and Detour, and finally Mustafa Shakir. This one, I'm not familiar with any of these projects. Brawl, Quarry, and Marcy X.
Wait. Mustafa, what?
Mustafa Shakiri, Shakir.
Okay. Yeah, I think I heard about him. Oh, we just lost Alan. Oh, we're back.
There you go. I don't know if that was you or if that was me.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so that's Cowboy Bebop.
Cool. Excited.
Yep. Let's see what else. What is Fantastic World, Anton?
Okay, so Fantastic Worlds is okay. Universal bought land, I think about 2 years ago, and there has been some insight on what it's going to look like. This is their fourth park because they're trying to build as many parks as they can to compete with Disney, and also they want to bring more tourism to Orlando. Yeah, so
I'm sorry. Orlando has nothing going on for it, dude. There's no parks there. There's no other attract. No, it's boring. Nobody's ever gonna go to Orlando.
seriously, I thought that they don't have any more land, but surprisingly, they found one that is very close. It's down the street from Universal, and it seems like they're gonna put a lot of new things. Like I think they're gonna expand Harry Potter on this one too. It might be Mystery and Magic, but who knows? But the one thing is that's already confirmed is Nintendo Land. They're not going to erase anything or demolish anything on the Universal property. They're going to build it on this new land. So they're going to have that. And I heard there's a rumor that there's going to have like Lord of the Rings thing there too. And another thing that they kind of confirmed was the Universal Monsters, which is the Mummy,
the monster from Black Lagoon or whatever.
Yeah, Black
Creature
Lagoon.
from Black Lagoon.
What is it? Wolfman. Wolfenstein. No. What is it? Frankenstein. Sorry, Frankenstein.
Oh, Frankenstein.
Yeah. So all of those monsters would be having their own land. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's really early to see what type of stuff that they're going to do. But, I mean, the layout that they have right now is a lot bigger than any of their parks that they currently have for Universal. So this land is going to be gigantic, huge. And they are building new roads that are currently not even there. Because if you go there, it's Lockheed Martin. You know Lockheed Martin, right?
Yeah, the military contractor.
Yeah, they make like missiles and nukes and stuff like that.
They made the stealth bomber, I believe.
Yes,
they created the stealth bomber.
Yeah, so that's what's there right now. I think they're gonna probably condense them a little bit because I think they're still using their facility. It's just that they're not using certain parts. So there's gonna be a new road that's just gonna cut right through the middle of Lockheed Martin. Yeah,
that's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, kind of weird, but yeah, you'll see that at the theme park. So, they're looking at 2025 for the completion.
That's fairly soon for a freaking theme park.
Yeah, these guys are fast. Universal is very fast when they start a construction on something. It's done. I mean, the new Harry Potter ride is coming out in June. The Hagrid ride.
Oh yeah. The one you're flying through the forest.
Yeah.
Or riding through the forest. All right, Nathan. I think that's all for news, right?
Yep, that's all for news.
All right. What do you say we do a quick pit stop at streaming?
All right, let's do streaming.
All right, so I'm going to be very careful when I say this. What is High Score Girl?
Okay. So this is a anime on Netflix. So you can catch it on Netflix. This is an anime about a boy named Haruo. He's a gamer.
Oh, sorry. One more time. One more time. What was that?
Haruo.
Okay.
Haruo. Yeah. He's a
Hello.
gamer. Yeah. I got that. Okay. Yeah, so his name is Haruo. He is a gamer otaku. And usually, do you know what otaku means?
No. I'm trying to
Okay,
think.
so
No, I got nothing.
okay. So otaku is, it means like you're obsessive with one specific topic. So if you're a gamer otaku, then you're like super into games, you collect stuff from video games, and you're so like super hardcore geeking. That's what otaku means. So he's a gamer otaku from the late 80s, and his dream is to become a pro gamer. So he spends most of his time after school, weekends, holidays at the arcade playing games like Final Fight, Street Fighter. Besides those two games, the anime has like a lot of references to a lot of other arcade games too, from the 80s and the 90s. So even though like, you know, they focused on Street Fighter most of the time because it was a really big game, so that's why they focused on it. It's really cool to see that they got these other properties added into the anime too. So it kind of feels like watching like Ready Player One, but like arcade games, as well as console games too. They talk about like Turbo Graphics, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Game Gear, and stuff like that. So when you watch this, you're gonna have a lot of memories where you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. So
I have vague recollection of that.
yeah, so he's, you know, his eagerness to become a pro gamer cuts short because there's another rival that was in the way. So Ono, a girl gamer who is from his class, beats him at every single game at the arcade, and she also beats like everybody else too at like Street Fighter. So she's the type of gamer who always gets a high score. So, you know, when you go to like arcade, you would see those names. She would be always on top of the list.
She's ASS?
No, she's AAA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so anyways, she's super smart. She does really well in school. She's like super popular and everything, but nobody really knows her other side. The only person that knows is Haruo, because he's the only person that is at the arcade most of the time, and he's even skipping school just to be there. So, anyways, because of their rivalry, Ono kind of falls for Haruo. And Haruo, being a gamer otaku, he's kind of too blind to see that she's falling for him. But also at the same time, he's falling for her without knowing.
First of all,
yeah,
there either A, there's a lot of women that do that already, or B, a lot of women are good at pretending they don't see it.
yeah, yeah. But
or else the term friend zone wouldn't be a thing.
yeah. So I mean, at the very beginning, it's kind of one-sided, but he's accidentally falling for her too without knowing it. Like, he's not admitting it, but it's happening. Like he's showing all these emotions towards her.
The movie She's All That.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. So this show is basically a romantic comedy anime about video games, and it's kind of different. I kind of like that. And my wife Julie, she actually likes this one. Yeah. Animation is a little lazy when you watch it because, you know, it was from a very cheap company called JC Staff. I'm a little cringy on the animation. I mean, the story is really good. JC Staff does a really good job of telling stories. The only thing that I don't like is their animation style.
Don't tell me the animation is kind of storyboardish, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you know, certain times when you watch like anime and it's just an image and then the person's just talking.
Oh, so like old school Flash animation cartoons.
It's not. No, it's not. Well, it's not to that extent.
I know. I'm saying like that level of like I'm amateur. I don't want to spend all this time redrawing the same picture over and over again. So I'm just gonna like make the mouth flip back and forth to
Yeah,
different.
and you know
So,
how sometimes they get lazy too. So,
oh,
they,
Speed Racer, Speed Racer.
yeah. So,
Oh,
so sometimes they would flip the camera view, so the main person's talking, but you don't see the main person talking. You just see like the other people that are standing on the other side just looking at them, but nothing in the image is moving. But you hear him talking.
oh God, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, yeah, yeah,
A big example would be Dragon Ball.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there would be moments where
Well, okay.
their mouth just
First of
moves, and
all,
then they
Dragon Ball. Well, I mean, I'm assuming because of the American version. I'm assuming the American version is that way because of the lip sync.
yeah.
But maybe you're right. Maybe it was just like lazy animation, like or like not lazy,
It's
but
it is
cheap,
lazy
cheap
animation
animation.
though. Yeah, they
Cheap,
usually
cheap
do that.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing that makes me worry about JC's staff is they are the ones that is currently helming the second season of One Punch Man. Makes me
Oh,
really worried because the first season was by Madhouse.
so you're scared that One Punch Man is gonna have a lot of scenes with him flying through the air with his fist, and he's not moving or talking, but the background is moving.
I okay, so first season, there's so much action, you know? There's like you can see every single action scene. Like it seems like they went up and beyond what people would, normally see on a budgeted show.
Hmm.
And that's what Madhouse was able to do is they took the budget that they had and they maximized every single dollar that is spent into this series. But then, JC staff on the other hand, when they take, the money to do the project, they'll just, try to half-ass it as much as possible, but not to a point where you're like, oh, that's a shit work. That's a shitty
Yeah.
job. But
Yeah.
JC staff is really good at telling stories. That's the only thing that can probably uh, be a good thing about this whole thing. Even the trailer that came out a couple weeks ago for One Punch Man, it was such a bad trailer too. Like you would see a scene and it fades to black, and then all you hear is just dialogue, and then you see a scene and then it goes to black. It's like a
Oh,
really bad trailer.
were they doing the over dramatic like pauses?
Yeah, but the pauses are like 10 seconds long.
Uh, but
Like
was it
there'd be
still
like 10
dialogue or music?
seconds of not seeing anything, just hearing dialogue. And the trailer
Mm,
doesn't really tell you much. So,
boo.
yeah.
All right, Anton. So another thing we got to check out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy you got to check it out, is Twilight Zone on CBS All Access.
All
Did you sign up for the trial?
access. Yes, I did. 1 week free
All
trial.
right. That's probably the safest way for me to ask the question about how you watch this.
Yeah.
uh, so CBS All Access premiered Twilight Zone on April 1st. They gave us 2 episodes to get a little taste of it. First one's called The Comedian, and the second one is Nightmare at 30,000 Feet.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Anton, which one do you want to talk about first? Or do you want to talk about the show overall?
Let's go in order.
All right, Comedian. This one's starring Kamal Nanjiani, known from The Big Sick and Silicon Valley. Also has Tracy Morgan, surprisingly, from 30 Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Synopsis is taking advice from a famous comedian, a stand-up makes fun of his own life with unexpected results.
Mm.
What'd you think, Anton?
Okay, so I thought the casting is great.
Yeah.
Story could be better, but it's very interesting to watch. I mean, it keeps you watching it, so that's a good thing.
Hmm. Yeah.
I felt like the pacing is a little slow.
It is a longer episode. This one, I believe, was 50 something minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, Nightmare at 30,000 feet, is about under 40.
Yeah.
Probably mid 30 minutes.
I felt like okay, so I enjoyed it. I would like to see more episodes. I don't
Hmm.
think that it was such a strong start for the series with these 2 episodes.
Ooh, okay. So I agree with the pacing because it is a longer one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's it's so engaging though, and things like I got my brother to watch it, and I mean, if you watch the Twilight Zone, you know what's gonna go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know something. You don't know exactly what's gonna go wrong, but you know
It never
whatever
ends the
happens.
way that you would think.
Yeah, and but I felt like the episode still captured what the original series was,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that it kind of it picks apart human instinct and thought process.
Mm-hmm.
So like, in this case, he thought he can control the situation he was in, and before he realized that it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. I thought it was a good one. Uh, I'm trying to think of what I don't know. It was just good morals on like on this one, and I think that's a key to the Twilight Zone is you have to have a single moral you're trying to convey each episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this one nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
so second episode with Adam
Nightmare
Scott.
30,000 feet.
Mm-hmm. With Adam Scott. I'm a big fan of Adam Scott. I'm really happy that he's getting a lot more roles besides what was that show he was on?
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec. So
Hmm.
it's different. It's a different pacing for him because I mean he usually always do comedy.
Yeah, and is it me that I kept picturing him as his Parks and Rec character? Because his Parks and Rec character, he's very dorky, kind of like fidgety.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, he was serious but very fidgety still.
Yeah.
It worked, and the other guy that's in it, it's Chris Diamantopoulos, darn Greek names.
Mm-hmm.
He's also from Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
And fun fact, he has been the voice of Mickey Mouse since like 2013.
Oh no way! I didn't know
Yeah, the alcoholic, yeah.
that.
And it's funny because I'm like, no, there's no way. Like, if they had the right guy, and I was looking it up, I'm like, and I see like critic reviews, best impression of the original Mickey Mouse voice ever. I'm like, he's good at it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but so this one, the synopsis is a journalist listens to a podcast detailing how the plane on which he's a passenger on will disappear.
Yeah.
This one seemed very Black Mirror-ish.
Yeah, this is based on the old one. Instead of 30,000, it was called 20,000.
Right. Planes have gotten better.
Yeah.
50% better.
Yeah. I think the original one starred William Shatner, and it was the one where he saw that ape outside the window.
Yeah, that apish ant-looking thing. Yeah. Did you see its little cameo in this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the water.
It's a good throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also going back to the episode, they also had the ventriloquist dummy from the first Twilight Zone episode
Mm-hmm.
in the background as a setting for the comedian.
Oh.
That's a legit one. That's not a
okay.
prop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kumal, he confirmed. It's like, no, that's the real one from the original show. That's not a replica.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I like this one too. It was very cheesy in the sense like, okay, he's listening to a podcast. Okay, I get it. You're trying to be modern, but again, it goes back to the Twilight Zone dissecting human thought process or human ego.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they nailed it. Like the people's like, people think they control their fate or they want to do they want to fix whatever they're in.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this one. It's and I like how Jordan Peele he sums up the last part.
I like it when I like it when he steps in because like he's a really good storyteller, and the way that he takes on this role as the narrator is very Rod Sterling. Is that his name?
Yeah. Ron
Yeah.
Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like I think what was that reboot with I'm blanking on his name. The guy with the slanted eye. They did a reboot in the early 2000s
Which one?
from the Last King of Scotland. Or oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. Oh, Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I saw like starts with a W. Um, yeah, like when they reboot with him, I didn't think the stories were
That great.
that detailed. Like they were
Hmm.
okay, like okay, they have exterior of it, they have it,
Hmm.
but there's no through line moral. There's nothing like that. So
Yeah.
it was literally this person got screwed over. Hope you
Hmm.
enjoyed the story.
Okay, so I want to compare this show to another show on Netflix, which we already talked about. I don't know if you've seen it yet. Love, Death, Robots?
No, not yet.
Okay, so that Love, Death, Robots kind of it's kind of what I was expecting from the show. And I
Hmm.
think Love, Death, Robots kind of exceeds what I was
Ooh.
expecting. So you're gonna have to watch that and compare it to this because I was expecting to have like a really really like twisted. I mean, we're at the time and age where it's okay to go above and beyond the whole twisting with stories and making it super dark. I mean, this
But
is dark already, but I was expecting like to a point where you feel very uncomfortable, but you're also satisfied.
that's the thing though. We already have that. We have that in Black Mirror. We have that already.
Yeah,
So like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was expecting is like, something like Black Mirror. I mean,
yeah,
this seems like it's a little mild.
but the thing is like it goes back to the morality of it, the human Black Mirror is dissecting more of the technology side of it, our dependency on technology. This is dissecting more of human flaw. So it's yeah, they're similar in the sense that they're anthologies where they're telling different stories, um, and more than likely the main character gets screwed over.
Hmm.
But they're trying to accomplish different things. So I'm fine with Twilight Zone not going into Black Mirror territory.
Hmm.
Um, Similar to back in the day when Twilight Zone uh, reruns were going against the Outer Limits.
Hmm. See, I love the Outer Limits. That
Yeah,
was
so I'm
good.
saying
Hmm.
yeah, like they were like similar, but they were different.
Hmm.
And if you ask me why, I probably couldn't tell you even to this day, but they were different. They have a different feel to them.
Yeah, I wanted more of alien abduction. Like that type of vibe. So I mean,
Yeah,
I like this series. I like where it's going, but I'm expecting a lot more.
yeah. We'll see
Yeah.
what they come up with. I think we're getting 10 episodes this season, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So I'll see how the other ones come out. All right, Anton. That's wrapping up streaming, right?
Hmm.
All right, let's go into movies.
Movie time.
And I just opened up Chrome for no reason. All right. Let's see here. Number so even though this is Saturday, the numbers are a little bit low, but this should give us a good idea of how the weekend's going to go.
Hmm.
Number one, as of Saturday morning, Shazam.
Shazam.
What's that? Shazam with 23.8 million. Number two, Pet Cemetery 10 million. Number three, Dumbo with 62.9 million. Number four, Us but with 142.9 million. And number five, Captain Marvel with 364.9 million. Uh, so I did get to see Dumbo.
Hmm.
I went because Josias was from the Comic Syndicate. He was doing a fundraiser. So I was like, I really don't really want to see Dumbo. We talked about that last episode.
Hmm.
We're gonna say Dumbo's gonna flop. Um, but I was like, it's a fundraiser. This girl, like, so I told my girlfriend, "Do you want to go?" She goes, "Yeah, let's check it out." I'm like, "All right, fine, let's go." Uh, we went, and um, I'm not a fan of the original.
Hmm.
I don't think as a child I even finished the Dumbo animation. Um, but this one I liked.
Oh,
This
really?
one I really liked.
I am a big fan of the old one, and I've seen it many times. I think Dumbo was one of the Disney movies that I kept watching over and over and over again.
Yeah. This one, I think it's appreciation for Tim Burton, and I've said this before. I love Tim Burton. However, he's gotten kind of predictable with his casting.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's always it was always what's his name from
Johnny
Pirates
Depp.
of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp. So it's Johnny Depp. It's always like it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I always want I love the worlds he creates, but
It's
he
very
gets super,
gothic.
yeah, he gets super dark, and sometimes he gets a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. This one, I loved it because it's Tim Burton designing a fantasy world, a world where elephants can fly, things like bubbles can do unnormal or unnormal, go against physics and does it performs different things, whatever. But no real darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It's like and as I'm reading the comments, yeah, like I'm like, why isn't this getting more buzz? Why isn't this getting more buzz? And it's critics are hating on it because it's not Tim Burton's signature.
Yeah,
And they're saying like, oh, we have,
it's usually his original ideas is what people are looking for.
yeah, and it's funny because they're like, we have Batman and the Penguin in the same movie. Why isn't it darker? I'm like, because it's the different freaking company, you moron.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like there's that, um there's the normal people, that the audience, half of the audience is saying like, oh, I didn't like the way it was all hazy. They should do a better job of making the picture more sharp. I'm like, it's a fantasy world. Like there's gonna be a certain, like, the background, because it has that
It's like a mysterious element, like kind of like a dreamy type of thing.
Kind of like the background is never fully in focus. It feels more like a play,
Mm-hmm.
where like the like say trees closest to the camera are in focus, but everything in the background is out of focus.
Yeah, and it has a whole point to that. You're trying to focus on the characters.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so I'm like, that bothered me. Like, oh my god, people are complaining about the dumbest things.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can think of that I would agree with is that the movie, it you never really embraced the characters fully, or like you really never really cared. You cared about the story, you cared about Dumbo, but all the other characters, it was just kind of like falls to the wayside.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because the movie is so short and it's so many characters at going in at once. You really don't get to develop that kind of connection to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, yeah, surprisingly, I like Dumbo. I'm flabbergasted, and they did have the pink elephant scene, but not how you expected.
Okay, so because of you watching this movie, would you say it's a good movie to buy a ticket to, or is it a rental? Before we get to the score.
Yeah, I would say it's a good kids movie to watch in a theater. If you have kids, go ahead and watch in a theater. If you don't, then you can watch. You can wait for it to stream or to come out on rental.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. I would give it 3.75. So that puts it like a little bit like a, yeah. So that puts it like what, like a little under a B minus, C plus, around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. I just, yeah, it was entertaining, but it's definitely a kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Anton. We got to check out something else. You got to see it Thursday. I got to see it yesterday. Mm-hmm. What is it?
Shazam.
Hadouken.
Okay, so
all right.
Okay, I love this movie. Coming in, I was very, hesitant. I had very low expectation. Mm-hmm. I mean, watching the trailers, I'm glad they didn't give too much away.
And that's exactly what I told my girlfriend. I did not see a lot of things happening because they edited the trailers so well. Mm-hmm. And even during the premieres, they were very careful about like what we saw at the premieres.
Yeah. And dude, this movie takes me way back to like the 90s. It has a very family vibe when you watch it. I mean, there are a lot of moments where I felt like I was watching something from the 90s in my childhood, especially like,
Yeah.
the mall scenes, the carnival scenes, and that dungeons. Is it? Would you consider it as a dungeon? Yeah, it's a dungeon. Yeah, like
Uh, cave,
yeah, cave dungeon.
layer.
Layer. Yeah, like that kind of reminds me of watching a lot of the movies from the 90s with that type of set being built.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been comparing this movie to The Last Action Hero. I mean, it's not the greatest movie, but I mean, it's a very fun movie. And that's what this movie is. It's super fun. The jokes are funny. The casting is superb. And yeah, I mean, everything about it was such a good ride. What did you think?
Dude, it was unexpected fun. Zachary Levi.
Levi.
Levi. Um, he's so kid-like and just fun and energetic, and it's fun. And then my girlfriend, like halfway through the movie, she was like, "This is what people would do if they had powers in real life."
That's funny. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, some of the characters are cringeworthy. Like the friend. He was both hilarious and lovable, but at the same time, like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like,
He's kind of like Hawk from Cobra Kai.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I felt okay. It was what was this movie rated? Let me just
Yeah.
let's see here. It was rated PG-13. Okay, that makes more sense because it seems like a very like kid movie. It's cheesy. It's because that's one reason I never liked Shazam as a kid. Because especially the way he was drawn, also, he looked like a caricature of Superman.
Yeah, he does.
And Superman's already cheesy as it is. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Superman's already cheesy as it is. So then throwing extra cheese on it, bam, you get Shazam.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this, yeah, dude, I loved it. I know his background, and I thought that they were gonna save that for the sequel, but I guess not.
Yeah.
But the villain,
Mark Strong.
yeah, Mark Strong. I couldn't take him as a serious villain. I don't know. What did you think of Mark Strong's performance?
I mean, there's a lot of movies where he plays villains, and rarely you do see him as a hero. I mean, we've seen him as a hero in Marksman.
Oh,
Wait.
Marksman. Crap.
Kingsman.
Kingsman. There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, Suitman.
Yeah. So, I mean, you see him as a good guy in that one. And, I mean, I've seen a couple of them where he's a bad guy. But I felt like, it could have been more, right?
Yeah, and I think it's because it almost felt like he was doing that Jaguar commercial again.
Oh.
like he's making fun of the British supervillain.
Mm-hmm.
Also, speaking of Superman, props for Lex Luthor making an appearance in this one.
Not Lex Luthor.
Or Lionel Luthor.
Lionel Luthor, yeah.
Yeah. I saw him like, oh, this is DC.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at my wife, Julie. I was like, she's like, yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah.
You recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't take it seriously, but he did do a great performance. So, the idea of the 7 deadly sins being his power is different than what I was expecting. But it is a superhero franchise that's not built on. And I think in superheroes you can either be A, scientific, like Iron Man, or B, powers by magic kind of bit like a Green Lanternish kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And the thing I notice is the monsters, the seven deadly sins in the comic, it's not like that. It's actual like like lust would look pretty, or
Well, and
um,
they call that out too.
yeah.
They
And it's
they
kind of
they,
weird
they
that they changed that, but I mean it worked.
considering that boardroom scene, I can see why they changed it.
Yeah.
No, but they called it out saying like, oh, I see you have like wrath, sloth, lust. I thought would be a little bit hotter. Did not expect that. Unexpected.
Yeah. And it gives a whole different vibe. I mean, it gets more like a serious feeling to all of these creatures, because I don't think you would take them seriously if they're like pretty looking or good looking or just like any of that.
Yeah, that's well. They would distract away from Mark Strong's performance.
Yeah, true.
Um,
It's kind of
can we?
like Captain Planet.
So can we reference how much shade they were throwing uh oh my God, was it Henry Cavill and Batman? What's his name?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
a lot.
This is why I hate recording the mornings because I'm terrible with names. Yeah, there's so much shade. Both him throwing a Batman at the villain,
The boomerang, the
the batarang,
batarang. Yeah.
the batarang, and also the kid who's like playing with a Batman Superman clashing, oops, clashing, and then as soon as he sees Shazam, he goes drops, and they're clearly the Batman Superman from Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. It's so
Like
funny.
it's like the cinematic like heroes. I'm like, holy crap! The DC just said, "Fuck you guys, we don't need you. We got Shazam."
Yeah. Dude, okay. So they are so on track on going in the right direction of having the DCU actually work. Um, but
it was it was a good balance of humor. I would say
mhm,
like 60% humor,
mhm.
some emotional feelings in there, but also dark scenes that I was not expecting.
All right. Are we going into spoilers now?
Do you want to do spoilers?
Yeah, let's do
All right,
spoilers.
guys. Going forward, this is gonna be spoilers, so you've been warned. 3, 2, 1. You're in the spoiler zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, you get a lot of feels throughout the movie because I mean, you care about the main character because he's looking for his mother, and then when you find out, the whole purpose,
She's a
uh,
bitch.
yeah, she's a bitch. Oh my god. And I don't know if that sets up, his feelings for. I mean, yeah, it does, because his feelings towards his foster family is more
It
like intimate now.
it's your family is the people that care about you, not the person that's your blood.
Yeah, true.
And I think that's when he finally realized that.
Hmm.
Since we're in spoilers, I just want to throw this out right now. Michelle Borth is one of my crushes, so I'm happy she's in here. She was
Michelle.
Borth. She's one of the Shazams. Borth.
Oh, okay.
She's from Hawaii Five O.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I know her. I thought you were
Yeah,
gonna talk about Megan Good because I mean she's in it.
I know. She did such a good job so weird. She did such a good job of portraying a 7-year-old girl.
Yeah, yeah, and it's been a while since we've seen her in a major role. Because I mean we
She's
know her from Cousin Skeeter. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Back in Nickelodeon days.
Mm-hmm.
She went very like urban movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the exception of like Anchorman, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's good to see her again. Uh, I'll give credit to what's his name? Ross Butler.
Mm-hmm.
He turned into he was the little Asian boy that turned into him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Uh,
funny.
dude, he
That's the Asian boy from Fresh Off the Boat, right?
I think so. He looked familiar,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to be racist.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're waiting for me to
no,
say that.
yeah, exactly. Everybody in the theater lost their shit when I ran out of tea too. Everybody in the theater lost their shit when he turned into Shazam, and then he did the Hadouken.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Uh, I didn't know the other guy, DJ uh, uh, Cotrona. Cotrona. He was the Hispanic Shazam.
Oh, yeah.
The-
I think we've seen him in something before too.
on here, I think the only thing I would have probably seen him in is GI Joe Retaliation.
Oh,
I don't know what
okay.
else he's been in. Detroit, Venom. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I think most of
so Jimon Hansu, isn't he in another DC movie?
yeah, no, not DC, Marvel.
I know in Marvel, like he's what's his name? Um,
It starts with a K. I
yeah,
cannot
but
remember.
he was in Guardians and also uh
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel playing the same character.
I don't think he's been in any of the DC things. Let me check. Oh, Aquaman. King Riku's voice
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, he's playing two things in the DC.
in the DC.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, and nobody's called him out on it. Nobody's called him out on him flipping between DC and Marvel like they usually do with any actor.
Yeah.
So, good for him. He's getting work, and I know he gets so much work, and
Yeah.
he flies under the radar, and
I'd say
I
he's kind of like a Samuel Jackson.
I think he's gonna be.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the world's where is Waldo of the superhero world.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. There's he. One other thing I would point out is yeah, the boardroom scene. They it got violent. I
Yeah,
wasn't
very
expecting
violent.
that level of violence.
Hmm.
The doctor that got snaptured.
Yeah, that was
I was
pretty crazy.
I turned to my girlfriend and was like, that's a pretty violent death. And
Yeah.
like very like prolonged. It was a good like 10-second death.
Yeah. Very. And yeah, I think that's a really good scene to show how dark
They
the
they
villain is.
can go. Yeah,
Yeah.
how dark they can go.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, I did have a moment in that scene where I was looking around. I was like, damn, is any kid crying right now? This is pretty horrific. Yeah.
yeah, that scene, one of the boardroom members got his head ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a little bit more violent than they did with Venom.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, as he throws the body, you clearly see either a trail of blood or his spine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but other than that, like yeah, like it was a lot of lighthearted humor.
Mm-hmm. That little
Um,
girl stole every single scene that she was like in.
oh my God, I know. Yeah, dude, she did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
She was all heart. That's
Mm-hmm.
why she didn't care about like the situation. She just cared, you're my brother now,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna be a good sister kind of thing. Like she's very like all she was all heart.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. Anything else you want to point about Shazam?
Shazam is a great movie. I don't think anybody wouldn't like it, except for critics.
I want to see Momoa and Zachary Levi in the same movie.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see that. Something about DC that we didn't add to our notes is Idris Elba is not playing Deadshot. He's actually playing another character that they're going to give him instead of Deadshot.
Hmm.
So that way we can still get Deadshot if he ever has
Without
time
that,
to come back. Hmm.
he's Bullseye. Wait, that's Marvel.
Yeah, I think that's such a good idea. So that way, if they ever do say, hey, this is not a reboot, this is a continuation, then it can work.
Or they're keeping the door open for Will Smith to come back.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Oh, or you haven't.
All right. So
All right.
that's really good news.
All right, Anton. So let's wrap it up here.
Hmm.
If people want to make us say Shazam, how can they do that, Anton?
They can do that by going to our website at www.the2oc.com and maybe buy some stickers, t-shirts, and if there was something that we talked about on the show, they can probably go to any of the links or banners, and it'll take them to Amazon to make a purchase, and it gives us a little kickback.
Yeah. They can also follow us on social media,
Hmm.
the2OC at the2OC on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I swear this is not my first time saying this. Uh, also, I recommend you check out on Twitter. We have the Shazam Funko Pops,
Hmm.
and also the Avengers. What are those suits called? The stretchy ones. So it's like one piece.
I think those are made in China. It's not
But
official, but it looks
no, they're
good.
not.
It
They're
looks
not.
good.
They're not. Yeah, they're not official.
Yeah,
Zentais? They're Zentais.
something like that.
Um, yeah.
That sounds horrible. The name. I
It,
don't know why they
it,
came out with that one.
uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, check that out. I'm if I was in better shape, I'd consider it.
Okay. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/the2oc. There are over 180,000 titles to choose from, and you can use it on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player if you have one of those. Yep.
All right. The last thing to say, you can also email us directly to mail@the2oc.com. Just so you know, tell us what you thought about Shazam. What do you think about the show? What do you think about my interview?
Oh, yeah. It was really good. You should check it out.
Not you, Anton. All right. Anything else, Anton?
Nope, that should be it.
All right. For the 2OC, I'm Al Flores.
And I'm Anton Duan.
All right. Overwatch time.